what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. I want to talk about the Houston Texans, man. As someone who just watched the Houston Texans game, someone who had something to lose if the Houston Texans lost. I want to talk about the Houston Texans. Now, I want to say this. I know a lot of Houston Texans fans are still upset with me about my meltdown video that I had for them this offseason, which was justifiably so. I mean, once again, and if anybody wants to go back to that video, I didn't confirm that the Texans will be bad this year. I'm just saying, listen, we've seen teams like the 2019 Browns. We've seen teams who have high expectations and don't live up to the expectations. The Dolphins this year. You signed Tua, you got Hill, you got Waddle, you got Raheem Mostert and stuff like that. So, if you want to take it there, you can low-key look at the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are not playing as good as they did the last few years. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is there. So, I just want to say that. As it goes for that, I want to say something about the Houston Texans, right? They're not as good as you think they are. They are not as good as they think they are. Like, I've watched the Houston Texans, and listen, let's talk about something first. Before we get to that, I want to talk about CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's a top 5 quarterback, top 3 quarterback in this league right now. Someone has to say it. I'm gonna say it. This dude is amazing. Now, granted, he's hanging out with the Kardashians, but he might be the first one to break the Kardashian curse. Who knows? But off the field stuff besides that, on the field, the dude's amazing. You cannot deny that. The dude is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot deny this guy's talent. You cannot deny the fact that this guy just makes plays. Now, granted, during the second half of that Bills game, he looked utterly horrible. I wouldn't say utterly horrible, but he didn't look as good. Granted, Nico was out, and having Nico out is a big loss. But you have Stefondiggs and Tank Dell out there. Plus, oh my gosh, Dalton Schultz. I'm forgetting the tight end that used to play for the Cowboys, number 86, who's pretty decent. He drops passes here and there. He's pretty decent. You got Cam Akers. And that number 33 running back, you know what I'm saying, is not bad. It's not bad. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it is what it is there. But CJ is amazing. So this has nothing to do with CJ. Absolutely nothing to do with CJ. This has everything to do with the Texans offense. Bobby Slowick. And you know what? That last name is probably appropriate because this guy is beyond slow. You're the offensive coordinator. You keep calling screen after screen after screen after screen, yet nothing is working. Your offense in the second half is beyond horrible. Your offense in the second half was horrible in the Jacksonville game. Your offense in the second half against the Bears was horrible. Your offense in the second half against the Bills was beyond horrible. The only time your offense was good in the second half was against the Colts, which was week 1, and we all know week 1's a fluke. Whoever this guy is, Bobby Slowick, whatever his name is he sucks so bad it's not even funny. It's not even funny, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, someone has to say it. I'm going to say it. This guy stinks. And people are going to look at the stats and be like, CJ played trash. He had an interception towards the end. Listen, I get it. I understand. It was a bad interception. Well, no, it wasn't a bad interception. It was just good coverage. Great coverage by the Bills. Number 43, Terrell. I'm forgetting his last name. But it was just good coverage by then. I get it. But, bro, this idiot has CJ, like, the run is working. This is what happens. The run is working. The Bills can't stop the run. Let's throw a screen pass that hasn't worked since the first quarter. It has never worked since the first quarter. And D'Amico Ryans and that defense, I can't even blame y'all. They're tired. They're tired, bro. Like, I'm sorry. They're just tired. Like, people are going to sit here and say, well, the defense gave up. Well, the defense let the Bills come back this, that, and third. I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, I've been saying, and I might have to make a separate video about this. Defense is an emotional momentum unit. Anybody who's watched football, if your offense is out there cooking, your defense is going to cook, whether they're mid or whether they're good, bad, or mid. If your offense is not cooking, your defense is going to get tired. They're going to get slow, and they're going to lose momentum. That's how it always works. Yet this bozo has CJ Stroud and everybody just being horrible. And I get Nico went out. But the Texans, listen, Texans, y'all not beating the Chiefs like this. If y'all versus Buffalo again, I don't know if you're going to beat it at them. You're not beating Baltimore like this, especially if they run it down your throat, especially if that defense gets out of there. Like, it is beyond ridiculous how, like, mid this offense is. It is beyond horrible, and no one's talking about it. And listen, I get it. Texans they're what, 4-1, 3. Oh my gosh, they beat the Bears, they beat the Bills, they beat the Colts, and they beat Jacksonville, and they lost to Vikings. So they're 4-1. Impressive. Not denying that. Not denying that. But at the same time, it is beyond ridiculous how bad this offense is. How horrible this offense is. Start running the ball, and listen, once again, what's his name? What's his name? Joe Mixon, Boomer Sooner. I know he's out. But this number 33 guy looks pretty good. And you got my boy from Florida State, Cam Akers. Start running the ball. Stop with the screens, especially if they're not working. So, it is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know your thoughts on the Texans. You know what I'm saying? Are the Texans good? Yes. Are they going to make the playoffs? Yes, especially looking at the division. They're going to make the playoffs. But at the same time, if you watch the Texans throughout these last 5 weeks, they are not as good as you think. RJ out.